Welcome to Save as Ability, a podcast to educate and inform you about disability employment issues. My name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of Save as Ability. It's David D'Arcangelo. Great to be with you, and we appreciate you. We got a great reaction from our 100th episode there, and we want to keep that going. So if you can help us out, please subscribe, share, comment. That really does help us keep great content flowing for you. And today we have a guest, a great guest. Joining is my former colleague on the National Industries of the Blind Board of Directors, and now a member of the AbilityOne Commission, Jeff Mittman. Welcome in, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's great to be with you, and thank you so much. And actually, I should address you as, is it Master Sergeant Mittman?
You can call me Jeff. We're good.
But we appreciate your service. We do want to recognize that.
No, you're more than worth it. Thank you.
Because we value our veterans here at Save as, and all those who serve here at Save as Ability. We do value that. So I want to thank you. But you've got a great story yourself. We could talk a little bit about that. We could talk a little bit about your role running Bosma Enterprises, which is a mainstay of, I guess, the AbilityOne Commission products and other products too. So many products and services that you provide, and you have a large amount of individuals with disabilities working there. That's great. We could talk about that. We can talk about your service on the AbilityOne Commission. So, Jeff, I'll turn it over to you. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with Bosma. I love Bosma.
Yeah, let's talk about Bosma. So you're based in the Midwest. Give our viewers here a little, and our listeners, a little bit of what Bosma is all about.
Sure. So Bosma Enterprises was established in 1915. So we've been around. It's our 110th year. And we provide a lot of the medical products to the VA, pushing domestically sourced products into the supply chain and ensuring that our veterans are taken care of. And it's really important to me as a veteran, because when I go to the hospital, I'm actually seeing my products used on me. So it's Bosma's products used on me. So it's really important that we do that. We're having a great time. Bosma has about 200 employees, half of whom are blind. So all the way from some of our newest employees up to me. And I think one of the biggest stories of Bosma is that 15 of my leaders across the organization are blind or visually impaired. So there's a lot of upward mobility. There's advancement. It's a career. It's not just a job, right? So we're able to do that here in Indianapolis. So we have Bosma, and then we have our program side. We're also the only comprehensive state rehabilitation center in the state of Indiana for people who are blind.
Okay, so not only are you doing the products and services through Bosma, but then you're providing all the other wraparound services for these
people who are blind or visually impaired, right?
That's tremendous.
So we do a great job. We served about 1,000 Hoosiers last year.
Excellent, excellent. And can you give our audience an idea of the scale and what we're talking about here? I know you do gloves, but you do a lot of products, and what are we talking in terms of units per year?
So medical examination gloves, we do. We also provide medical kits, OR turnover kits, patient transportation kits. We do a lot of warehousing distribution. So at any given time, we keep about 3 to 4 months of inventory on hand for the entire nation for the VA. So we do a lot of that, a lot of quality testing, a lot of work to ensure that our veterans are getting what they need. So, and a lot of my employees see that as their service to the nation. They weren't as fortunate as I was to be able to serve for almost 22 years. So they see this as their service to the nation. So it's a great program. Economic independence is what we're after for people who are blind, and my employees do a wonderful job at that.
Sure. And it absolutely is vital, and it's fitting in a way, right? Because I know your personal story, and it's to me tremendous about, the very things that you're working on now actually help save your life and everything else. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but
Sure. No, I spent 22 years in the Army. I did 4 combat tours, and on my last combat tour, I was an advisor to an Iraqi battalion. And we were ambushed one day, July 7th, 2005. We were ambushed, and I was hit by an improvised explosive device, immediately knocked out unconscious, and I woke up more than a month later at Walter Reed, the old Walter Reed in Washington, D.C., with my wife speaking to me. And I always joked that I couldn't figure out what the hell she was doing in Baghdad because that was my last memory.
Right.
I had no concept of what had happened. And I woke up, I was unable to see and unable to walk or talk. And I could just hear her voice. And as I've retrograded back and I'd gone through my recovery, through the 40 surgeries, the 5.5 years in medical care, I came to realize a lot of products they used on me on the battlefield and then obviously in the VA were produced by the AbilityOne program and were used to save my life. So it was a really learning experience. When you're an infantryman out on the battlefield, you make a radio call and somebody drops something from a helicopter to you. That's about the extent of the supply chain, you asked me, where did you get that? I got it from the helicopter. So, but I got to see the whole process coming back, and it's been a wonderful experience. Matter of fact, some of the padding that was in my helmet the day I got hit was actually produced by an AbilityOne agency. So the very product that protected my head was produced by the program.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I realize what you used to call coincidence. I don't know if there are any coincidences. So, but I think your story is so important because it really demonstrates that this is not like busy work. I think many people, like the archetypal metaphor of individuals with disabilities historically has been like, oh, we'll have them do this. No. This is vital to our supply chain for our war fighters. And like, this is not some type of charity work.
To the federal government. No, they're actually working and value add and producing for the federal government. And I think that's comes out of the old days of the old sheltered workshops that no longer exist in the program. And I think a lot of policies over the years were geared towards that. And I think, as usual, a lot of our policies and at the federal level are probably a couple decades behind.
Well, you and your team at Bosma are helping to break those barriers down and reduce that stigma. When people find out, wow, this is very impactful, and that matters.
No, it matters. It matters. I mean, you're taking individuals who, quite frankly, in the economy, aren't given the opportunity because of people's misperceptions of their abilities. And we don't see barriers. What we see are opportunities. So we provide you the opportunity, you take care of it, and once you do that, you can take care of yourself.
I mean, how we're preaching to the choir here. We're both fans of the program, and we believe it makes America great by using all of the talents and abilities that all of our people have. Touch just a little bit at a high level about what the AbilityOne Commission, now that you're on that, about what it's doing for the programs. And, there's two programs. There's one for blind, there's one for other disabilities. And
yeah. So the AbilityOne Commission was established, the program was established in 1938, and then the AbilityOne Commission is, the mission of that is to oversee the program and compliance and maintain the federal procurement list, which is items that the federal government buys through the program. So I think the more efficient we become on the commission, the more opportunities we provide, the more economical it is to participate in the program, and the more opportunities for people who are blind or significantly disabled across the country. So I think that's really needs to be our focus moving, and making sure that we do the right thing for the customer, right, our federal customers, and that we do the right thing for our employees all across the country. And I think that's really our role on the commission.
Yeah, and I think, going back to Wagner O'Day and Jacob Javits and all the way up through now, public support remains high. What is it? We had done a poll, Jeff, remind me, it's somewhere like over 70% of Americans.
73, 74%.
Yeah, support the program and support that there's programs for people with disabilities to work on products and, have preference in the supply chain and all that, right?
Well, there's, what it really comes down to is you're providing an opportunity, and the federal government receives about $2.66 back. There's an economic value to the federal government for every dollar they spend in the program, because what you're now doing is taking people who may be on disability or may be on federal programs, and now they're financially independent. And they're paying taxes, and they're in the community, and they're sending their kids to college, and they're buying a house, and they're they're supporting themselves. So it's a great program.
It is. And, we say it all the time here on the program. When it's done well, it's a win, win, win. Win for the individual with a disability, win for the business community and all the products and services that come to bear, and then win for the country. It really is a win-win-win when done well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, as we conclude here, is there anything you want to leave our audience here about you or Bosma or the program?
Well, I think we can't let people's perceptions of the program and people with disabilities interfere with our mission. And we have to not only perform, right, with integrity and efficiency and effectiveness, but we also have to continue to work to break down barriers of people's perceptions of an individual's ability or an individual's worth to the community. So we need to continue to do that, and happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and we're very pleased for your leadership, and I think we're doing that slowly but surely. This is a unifying thing that I think in these times that of division and, nobody can seem to agree, we can all agree that this works, that this is a good thing.
Yes, sir. No, it's a good thing.
Right. Well, Jeff Mittman, thank you. We appreciate your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And you're more than worth it. Never had a bad day.
Well, it's great having you. And thanks to everybody for watching Save Visibility. Again, if you can help us by liking, subscribing, sharing, that keeps great content flowing for you. So another episode of Save Visibility. We want to thank Jeff Mittman and you for watching. So it's David D'Arcangelo. I hope you have a great day. For more information about disability employment issues, please visit our website, disabilityemploymentsolutions.com. The Save As Ability podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our YouTube channel at Disability Policy Expert, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Subscribe, stream, rate, and review our shows. Your ratings and reviews help our show reach new audiences. Produced by Pod Pro Entertainment. Save As Ability lives within a network of podcasts located at podproentertainment.com. #TheNewRadio. Again, my name is David D'Arcangelo, and I'm your disability policy expert. Until next time, thank you. I hope you have a great day.